Phillip. I liked him. All right. Tell me when. Oh, no? Hey! Oh, no. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. I am Francoise Rhodes, your host. I hope you joined us for our first hour of Live What's Happening Coachella Valley, where we covered everything from the time change to rattlesnakes to Sean saying no to everyone and Craig's birthday next Sunday. It was a very busy show. We had a lot of comments, a lot of you joining us, and we actually gave some tram passes away to Yolanda, and she spells her name a little bit differently, who has never won on the show before, so we really had a lot of fun, a lot of chatter, a lot of mindless banter, but it was very fun. And so if you are just tuning in now, remember that we do start at 11 a.m. for Live What's Happening Coachella Valley with the founder of CoachellaValley.com, Craig Campbell, and myself, and he gives us all the news up to date, what's going on and what events are happening when and where you can find it all, which is on CoachellaValley.com. So again, you're back here now with me, Francoise, with Traveling with Francoise, and today we don't have a guest. It's windy outside. The desert's just sands blowing all over the place, and we do have a little bit of a shorter show today. No guest. I do have a guest next Sunday, and last week Ron Tolliver from Volkswagen of Palm Springs just popped in and joined us. It was fun to have Ron joining us because he was going to for quite a while, never was so busy. He just finally had to break free and come on over. So it was kind of fun to have him here and just chat about autos and safety and all that. In fact, I had someone email me this week and say, who was that guy again? I'm going over to VW of Palm Springs and talk to him. So I love to hear that. I hope you're all well out there. And of course that you do not have the coronavirus, which is still the hot topic of conversation in the travel world. Going to give you a little heads up about that. However, people are still traveling. I talked to Steve Canola, ACT Tours, and he says they really have had no cancellations on trips and cruises and whatnot that are not geared towards those areas. Of course, Italy right now is a ghost town, which makes you almost kind of want to go to Italy if you've never been, because just think of all you're going to see without all the people hanging around. I don't know, Sean's behind the board over there. Sean, did you see on the news they were showing a soccer tournament? I want to say that it was, was it in London? I'm not sure, but they wouldn't let anybody in the stadium.
Really?
Yeah, they're not allowing events in some of the countries in Europe right now that have over 1,000 people attending them.
They wouldn't like Coachella?
No, they wouldn't have any of the BMP and everything coming up here. They would not allow them. So the players played, and you could watch the match on television, but these huge stadiums,
empty,
not one person in it.
With no crowd roar either? That seems like that would be weird.
Really strange for the players. Yeah, I would think really strange.
Because, the roar of the crowd, it pumps the players up. It gives it that vibe. That would be weird to watch play.
It was weird to watch. You almost didn't even want to watch it either because it was just these little ant bodies down there running around.
Yeah, because they're just going to feel like practice. There's nobody cheering them on.
Yeah, it was weird. But on the flip side, they're just trying to be proactive instead of reactive, because that seems to be the case. Most of it's been reactive lately. And they're talking about the Olympics. They are saying that the Olympics that are going to be Tokyo this year, they say they're still going to go on. And by then they're hoping that the virus is, instead of gained momentum, is on the flip side.
Yeah, slow down.
Yeah, slow down. And as I said earlier, no one has canceled the Hawaii trip. I thought maybe that some people would, but they haven't, and there really haven't been reports in Hawaii. I think they thought there might have been one, but that was a traveler coming in from Asia, and now I think they've pretty much, I would not like to be Asian right now and try to go anywhere in the world because people are not letting you in. So, but they're doing it out of precautions. And what's really sad is the third world countries, I said this last week, if a third world country, if they start having people with this virus, they're in big trouble because they don't have the health. They don't have the CDC and all these other things like we do.
At all.
Right, none. And the places to be able to quarantine people, the hospital facilities. So that is not going to be good. But what other things are happening in the world of travel? Well, let's see. Today we do have a travel photo of the week. In fact, let's give that right now, because I thought it was a great photo. I don't use the Facebook when I'm doing the show, folks, because I don't want to be constantly looking at my phone, looking at my notes. I want to focus on notes and you and what I have in front of me. But our travel photo of the week is from Al Reed, and I love this photo. It's Phelan, Minnesota. We know Minnesota doesn't look like that right now because there is snow and crazy weather all across the East. I mean, it's just, wow. You look at the news and why are people driving in these snowstorms that are blinding snow? I don't get that. Why would you be out there and risking your life? It just is not worth it.
They feel like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And then there's these crashes. But I think I love this photo. Phelan, Minnesota. Thanks to Al Reed. We really appreciate it. So all you Minnesotans out there, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what the great weather that's yet to come when you get home. So it will be there. So that is our travel photo of the week. If you have one, feel free to send it to me at Francoise Rhodes at Gmail. You can always go to Traveling with Francoise, the website.com, and there's several links on how you can get in touch with me. It's all right there. So send me your photo with a little caption so I know where it is, and we will post it. It's all about pride, not prize, and I'll post it on the Facebook page, Traveling with Francoise, and Artifacts and Arts Across America, and let everybody see your photo. So we have that. All right. Oh, in the travel news, though, let's start with the virus update. Marriott International, about 90 hotels are closed due to the coronavirus. The company said it would lose about $25 million a month in the first quarter fee revenue, although they're cautioned that the conservative forecast given the virus continued to spread. So we'll see how that goes. There's just going to be some money out there, but you have to think in the long run, they're closing hotels. It's just a safety precaution for everybody. Wouldn't you want that? And then, I don't know, I would want that instead of,
like you said, instead of being reactive, instead of having
right.
that kind of oh crap moment, if you will, like, oh, we should have done this.
We should have done it and spraying. In fact, now they have an antimicrobial is how that's spelled.
Microbial? I think it's microbial.
Microbial? Okay,
so.
Antimicrobial. Thank you.
I could be totally wrong, just so you know.
Well, we're one of us is right. Surface coating said to show promise for ships, hotels, as concern about COVID-19, which is a coronavirus, grows. A promising new antimicrobial surface coating is being marketed to hospitality and transportation companies. You see them spraying on the news. They show where they're spraying all over. I think it's a good thing. In fact, really, if this stuff really works, I would think every hotel room, every ship stateroom, every airplane should be sprayed with this stuff anyway.
Right.
After people have used it and leave. Not just when they think there's a pandemic
You're right.
out there.
Not when there could be a problem. Just spray everything.
Just spray it every single time, as long as it isn't harmful to us and kills these little micro body things floating around.
The bad thing about a lot of those, though, is that they do kill good bacteria as well.
Oh.
They just kill all the bacteria. So whether it's good bacteria or bad bacteria, it kills it all. So that's kind of the downside of it. But you still could, as far as cleaning goes.
Maybe a light spray.
There you go.
Yeah. How about a light spray? But use it to our advantage. All right. Amid coronavirus crisis, JetBlue temporarily allows free changes. The airline is suspending change and cancellation fees for all bookings made between February 27th and March 11th. So right now, if you are with JetBlue and you want to change your flight, they're doing it free for you. So keep that in mind. And this is for travel completed by June 1st. You know there's going to be restrictions. They're just not going to let everybody go out there and change everything because they decided not to go. But it's between now until March 11th. U.S. airlines are waiving change fees for Korea flights. Details of waivers different from American, Delta, and United are waiving change fees and fare differences on rebooked flights to Seoul through most of the spring. So they are becoming aware. They still want your business. They don't want you to just... No, they don't want to have to refund. If they can just change you over to a different flight, they're not having to refund you anything, and they're still going to get the revenue at some point. They're just not getting it right now, so they're losing all these in-between bookings. Uniworld eases cancellation policy in response to the virus outbreak. Travelers booked on the 2020 cruises departing May 1 or later will have the option to cancel their cruise up to 30 days prior to departure for $200 per person. So, that's not bad because the people who bought that for all reasons travel insurance, they have no problems. But a lot of people didn't buy travel insurance. And now with the world, Sean, I'm thinking we all should buy travel insurance when we travel.
You got to stay ready.
Yeah, it's just before we didn't think about it, but there's too many. There could be an uprising.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours in a country that you're going to, a massive
it's
strike.
Just kind of all kinds of since I've been doing the show with you, there's been, earthquakes, in other countries. There's been volcanoes in other countries. It's It's kind of an anything can happen type of thing.
Anything can happen, where we always used to think,
I mean, is
we
it
don't
expensive?
need that insurance. No,
Is it
it's not that bad.
No?
It's probably a couple $100 tacked on your bill.
It's not bad because if you have to change it, you're going to pay that anyways.
Right. And if you get everything refunded back to you
Right.
because of something, then it's definitely worth it now, because the world is, with all this instant information that we get, that changes the tide so quickly.
People. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all the news show when a volcano erupts. I mean, they show the worst parts over and over and over.
Right.
And when the whole rest of the area, hundreds of miles away is fine, they're fine. Yeah. But people don't go to one. So anyway, it's probably a good thing now, just so you can rest easy, get that travel insurance. All right, in East Rutherford, New Jersey, this is exciting. I'm not sure why they picked New Jersey. I didn't see a reason for that, but they did. The world's first and only DreamWorks animation water park will begin to preview its unmatched experiences on March 19th. They say this is going to be huge. Guests will be introduced to this over-the-top water park where the worlds of DreamWorks Animation's most adored franchises are brought to life. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
Why would they pick New Jersey?
I don't know.
Is it indoor maybe?
They do have an indoor wave pool, one of the largest indoor wave pools. It's on a large piece of property, so it's going to be indoor and outdoor. But they're going to have Shrek's Sinkhole Slammer, the Dragon Warrior, and Kung Fu Panda's Temple of Awesomeness. The first to hang 10 in the world's largest indoor wave pool. They have 1.5 acres of Far, Far a Bay, inspired by Shrek's magical kingdom. They have a 2-themed Surf's Up surf riders, so all sorts of things. They have the Penguins of Madagascar play zone, and they say you can do it 365 days a year. So I'm thinking that a lot of it must be inside for the animation.
Because New Jersey will get hit with those storms, the whole East Coast gets hit.
So if you want more information, you can go to AmericanDream.com. I would love to go to this animation park, though. And they say it's going to be the only kind in the world. Of course, they say that now, but somebody's going to copy them somehow. Yeah. Someone will copy
Or they're going to be like, hey, this really worked. We need to make another one.
Next thing will be animation theme parks all across the United States and around the world. All right, Vegas is doing something new. Yeah, here you go. Vegas in 2020, a pop-up marriage license office at the airport. It's just one of the initiatives the city is putting in place to revive its wedding business.
I think that's where I'm going to end up getting married.
At the airport?
No,
not
at the airport.
Please.
But I think we're going to end up marrying in Vegas, but I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not, but I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with doing it here either. So
yeah, but
she wants a weekend. That's all it is. She's like, we'll go.
Fun part about Vegas, too, is you're right. You have a weekend somewhere away. You don't have to worry about a gazillion dollars in renting a room and all the food and all this stuff. You can go with an intimate group of friends, have fun, and everybody has fun in Vegas. Yeah. So I like it. But marrying at the airport?
No. That's it's not even a Vegas trip. It's just like a layover. We'll be there for a little bit. You want to just get married while we're there?
I don't even get that. The only thing I can think is you buy your license when you're going in before you might lose all your money. And if you lost all your money, then you get married there on the way out. I don't know. But that's what they plan on doing, a pop-up marriage license office. So maybe that's the deal. You get the license there.
Right.
So then you don't have to worry about getting it
at
the county clerks. Yeah, and then just go in with your license and do it. So maybe that's not such a bad idea.
If they're doing it, they must have already saw there's some sort of need there.
Need for it, where you can't always get to the city hall or wherever to get a license. So, but just please don't start marrying people at the airport. Yeah, right. And New Zealand, I posted this on Traveling with Francoise. They have designed, Air New Zealand designed sleep pods for economy cabin. It's called the Economy Skynest. The pod contains 2 rows of 3 bunks. The airline is considering installation on 787s that fly between Auckland and Newark, and they looked very comfortable.
I saw a quick picture of one. It looks like small spaces. So as long as you're okay with that, yeah.
But I could think laying there reading a book and taking a nap, I could go for that.
Yeah, because I can't sleep in the seated chair.
Yeah, I was looking at the flight. Coming back from Hawaii, we're going to be flying all night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be tough.
Well, maybe it'll be easier. Maybe your body will be like, no, we're going to sleep.
I don't know. I can't sleep. I'm one of those.
I'm the same way.
I'll fall asleep. I'll just wake up and fall asleep and just wake up. But if I had one of these pods, maybe I would be able to fall asleep. Yeah. I don't know. So Air New Zealand, what they're going to try it. If it works, other airlines that don't do those those like commuter routes,
Yeah.
they certainly won't have them. But for these long hauls,
it'll be no time before we start getting blanket fees and
there you go.
and snoring fees,
Yeah,
or whatever fees they could fit in there.
Good point, because they didn't talk about how much these were going to cost, how much
Right.
extra, and they're only going to have 6 to 10 of them, a couple rows of them. So that means there's obviously going to be more, but it's not going to be first come first serve. So that is what is happening in the world of travel. Also, we have our Gals on the Go travel segment, safety travel tips presented by Volkswagen of Palm Springs, a Bruce Titus dealership. And this week we're going to talk about check your engine and oil filter. Engine oil is the lifeblood of your vehicle. Check the oil level regularly and check your owner's manual when it's time to change the oil and which grade to use. Good point. I'm not saying anything bad about some of the 1 hour oil change places. I don't want to say anything bad. However, when they sit there and explain to you that this oil for $30 more is so much better than the other oil, your car might not need that 30.
Right.
Well, as if my car, I had my Volkswagen before, the CC only would take premium.
Right.
I did not
synthetic or whatever.
Right. I didn't know that. So when I bought the Atlas, I asked them right up front, what kind of gas does this car take? Because I didn't know. There's a big difference in price between premium and regular. Yeah. And they said, you want regular. You don't even want to put premium. It doesn't need it. It's not going to do any good for it. So, yeah. So, anyway, ladies, be proactive again, not reactive out there. When you're doing all that, know what kind of oil your car needs. Is right there in your owner's manual. And just tell them, nope, this is what I need. This is what I'm happy with, and stick with it. And get your tires, too. With this fluctuating cold air, hot air, there's chances are that your tire light, pressure light will come on just because.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I like the sensors in all these cars.
They're a little, because I feel like sometimes I feel like they're warning me a little too ahead of time.
Right, and it scares you, especially when you're on the road on a trip and all of a sudden, boom, this light goes on and you're thinking, am I getting a flat tire? You don't know, and usually if you're getting a flat, then all these bells and whistles start going off. But still, you're sitting there focusing on that light.
Right,
it's staring at it and you're looking at it, and you think, so I usually get out and look at all the tires and I say, well, they all look fine to me, but anyway. Maintenance, but know your vehicle so when you go into a place, you know what you need. And you are very informed and can say what you feel your car needs and what you would like done. Don't let people talk you into something if you don't want it. All right, tourist traps, overrated. I saw this article and I thought it was kind of fun because, frankly, I don't think some of them are overrated. They might be tourist traps, but I don't know. I just, they're things I think you should see. So I'm going to start at number 10. And I'm going to work up, and you can decide on your own if you think it's a tourist trap or not. Number 10 was Plymouth Rock. Now, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of it. There's this big rock laying on the ground that has this bridge type around it that you go and look at the rock.
But it's an actual rock?
There's a rock.
I thought it was just a place. You just called it Plymouth Rock.
It's a place, but with a rock, and it attracts 1 million visitors every year.
It's an informative day for me.
What they're saying, it might not be the real landmark. Yeah.
You don't think so?
How did they know it was that rock right
They don't.
there?
They said, hey, you know what people will pay for? That one.
Yeah. I would go look at the rock, though. That would be me.
I thought it was a place.
Yeah, it is a place, but I'd still go look at the rock. Okay. But number 8 is a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, that is an experience in itself. You are going to see every type of individual at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's a people place to watch. So I'm disagreeing so far with this person who said they might be tourist traps or overrated. Mount Rushmore. I didn't think Mount Rushmore was overrated at all. I was really excited to see Mount Rushmore. It's a little more commercial now than I guess it was 20 years ago when people just walked up this dirt path. Now they have the restaurants and all this sort of stuff. But you know what? I don't think so. I think everybody should see Mount Rushmore. No chiseling new. Just the same old guys, same old 4 presidents, yeah. All right, the number 7 is the Las Vegas Strip. How can that be overrated? That is just...
Because you know why? I think probably because it's more of a people-watching place, like Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you don't agree with either one of them, but at the same time, they're very good for people-watching, so maybe that's why they're seeing it as overrated, because it's just... people watching?
Well, it is. They say that the fun only lasts a few minutes before running into obnoxiously loud bachelor parties.
Right.
But you have to see it, though.
Right.
If you're in Vegas, you have to experience that, and you actually have to experience downtown on Fremont Street. That's all.
I never know what street I'm on. I don't feel like
Fremont's downtown though. You take it. That's where they have the covered.
I mean, I've been to like conventions and stuff, so I'm sure that's all downtown, right?
Yeah, conventions can be spread out just a little bit out of the ways, but you have to go the Strip. Okay, Four Corners, which, well, when on vacation, it says, so the Four Corners Monument, a visitor can be in 4 states at one time, standing at the meeting point of New Mexico, Utah, Colorado, and Arizona. There's one tiny problem. Not only is the Four Corners Monument practically in the middle of nowhere, with no other sites in the area, which is true.
Right.
Yes, it is also actually nowhere. It's not even in the real spot where the 4 states meet. The actual location is about 1,800 feet away.
Well, I feel then that would be kind of the definition of a tourist trap, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess if they have all this.
Even if it's interesting to see, it's kind of, I mean, if it's not real and it's just, it's
maybe that one I'll go with because you are just standing. But you can say that I went to New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado, and Arizona.
There you go.
All in one trip.
I've been in 4 states in one day, though. I just took a wrong turn.
Well, and that'll do it, too. It might be a little bit more interesting. Number 5, we're at 5, is Disneyland Park in Anaheim. I don't know. I guess, in a way, it's a tourist trap, but it's Disneyland. It's a Disneyland that started it all.
Right.
So it has history to it there. I think the only problem with it is that $200 a ticket to get in every day.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a problem too.
I don't think Walt Disney
That's
had
a trap
that
part,
in
I
mind.
think.
Yes, and I grew up out on the outskirts, and we went to Disneyland every year. But yeah, I think they took away the part of it being, family friendly when they raised that much.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was a kid too. We went to Disneyland a
all
lot
the time.
in Magic Mountain, both of them.
Yeah, remember the tickets? So you had the books of tickets, and you pull out the ticket, and you give it. Yeah, now it's all. But Disneyland is probably something that you should go to one time so you can say you've been. And if you really are hooked on it, you'll go back. If not, but Statue of Liberty. Come on. I know you can see the Statue of Liberty from across the bay, but it does give you goosebumps to go over there to the island. In fact, now they won't even let tours. You have to just go they won't let group tours anymore because they were taking up too much space for visitors.
Oh, right.
So they've eliminated that, and you can just go. But the Statue of Liberty might be, I don't think it's a tourist trap. It's very important to our country. So, and Times Square. I don't know who wrote this article. It's a top travel magazine. They did these surveys. Times Square, you have to wander around Times Square. That's an experience.
So those are surveys. So it's people who voted on this.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think Times Square definitely go to. I like Times Square. The Hollywood sign. All right. That you can just drive by and look at. I don't think you need to go stand and stare at it. But the number one, is it a tourist trap or a family trip? Is it an overrated vacation spot? The number one is Niagara Falls is what they came up with. I've never been, so I can't
haven't
say.
been either.
I know it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks
and
nice.
Spectacular.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just, I think that if that's voted on, it's probably people who are just like, oh, yeah, I've been there. It's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we don't kind of take it all in or kind of see it, in quite all of its awe.
Mm-hmm. And maybe because it's just a gigantic waterfall that we can see in other places too, and it's become commercial. That's probably what bothers people is it become so commercial with the boat rides out there.
Right.
And how much it costs to go. I don't even know what the cost is.
Probably
though, am one folks that if I'm there and I have an opportunity to see it, even if it's just one time, I will probably take that opportunity
even if it's
to see
overrated.
it. Yeah. When I go to Hawaii, you know what I really look forward to seeing because I've never been is to the Pearl Harbor Memorial.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been to that, and I just feel it's something that I need to see.
When you guys were sailing around and stuff, no? Nothing?
When we were over there, we stayed a lot in Oahu, and we didn't really go to Waikiki Beach too much. And I don't know, for some reason, we just didn't see that. Traveled around on the little motorbikes and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to see, so that's on my list to go and because I haven't seen it, and I just feel you can't go over there and not see that.
Right.
I think it's very important, so I will see that. So whether it's a tourist trap or not, folks, it is all up to you. All right, on that note, that's it for today for our travel segment. I am going to step aside. I hope you have a great week. Next week, we do have writer from the Desert Sun, Winston, who will be joining us to talk about traveling with his pets. He's actually taken his 2 dogs to 11 countries, and they sound like they're big dogs. And when he told me that, I was just, what? I want to hear about this. So he will be joining us. In the first hour, Craig and I, we will be, who knows what we'll be doing. Oh, it's his birthday. We're going to be celebrating his birthday. So if you'd like to come on over, you just need to message us, and I'll tell you how you can come into the show and be part of the first hour show of Live What's Happening in Coachella Valley. Besides that, everyone have a great week. Watch, it's windy out there. Be, again, proactive, not reactive to the virus. Just stay away from people that are sick. If you are sick, don't go out. Quarantine yourself. Just use your brains, and we would all appreciate it. So, Sean, thanks for all your help. Until next time, everyone, go to Traveling with Francoise for everything going on, a repeat of the show, TV shows, all of it. You have a great week, and remember that it's never too late to get a life. See you later. Bye.